Imagine a world where privacy is a crime, history is rewritten daily, and the government doesn't just watch you, it lives inside your head. You are Winston Smith, a low-ranking member of the party in the dystopian superstate of Oceania, where Big Brother is always watching, and thought crime is punishable by death. But beneath the surface of your obedient life, a dangerous spark of rebellion begins to glow. Welcome to 1984, the chilling, prophetic, and utterly masterful dystopian novel by George Orwell. If you love totalitarian surveillance tropes, psychological horror, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of losing your identity to a state that demands absolute conformity, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is the definitive masterpiece of political fiction, blending the visceral chill of oppression with the profound weight of human resilience. The narrative kicks off with Winston's secret act of rebellion, buying a diary and beginning to write down his true thoughts. The atmosphere is thick with the smell of boiled cabbage and cheap gin, the hum of telescreens that cannot be turned off, and the creeping dread of knowing that every glance could be reported to the thought police. Orwell excels at capturing the psychological toll of living in a lie, making every small act of defiance, every forbidden memory, and every narrow escape from suspicion feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but erasure. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular Big Brother trope and the brilliant psychological manipulation dynamic. This isn't just about political control, it's about controlling reality itself, rewriting the past to suit the present, and using language, newspeak, to limit the very ability to think critically. Watching Winston navigate this web of deceit, forge a tentative, dangerous alliance with Julia, and completely shock himself with his own capacity for hope is incredibly gripping. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the suspense to life, making the silence of a hidden room, the crackle of a telescreen, and the frantic heartbeat of a person on the edge feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular politics and the thriller mechanics, the soul of 1984 lies in its characters and the heavy burden of truth. Winston isn't just a rebel, he is a deeply human individual struggling to hold on to his sanity in a world that has declared sanity illegal. The emotional anchor of the story is his fierce, complicated bond with Julia, a relationship built on shared hatred of the party and a mutual desire to feel something real, even if only for a moment. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet conversations in their rented room feel just as impactful as the explosive, heart-pounding confrontations with the state. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes a slow, inevitable descent into horror. The thought police close in, forcing Winston into a desperate, high-stakes confrontation that tests the limits of human endurance. The finale is a breathtaking display of psychological brutality, overwhelming power, and raw, unbridled despair. Winston must face Room 101, where the party breaks not just the body, but the soul. The payoff is devastating, delivering a massive, paradigm-shifting conclusion that proves the ultimate victory of totalitarianism is not just obedience, but love for the oppressor. 1984 is a triumph of the dystopian genre. It is smart, terrifying, and unapologetically intense. George Orwell has crafted a novel that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line against the state. Plug in your headphones, lock your doors, and join Winston. The party is eternal, but the human spirit is fragile.